Do you know a person who is jealous of other people? Do you know a person who is envious of other people's achievements? Now that person, 10 years ago, was me. I was very jealous of my friend Sam. I was jealous of the fact that he was so popular with the ladies. He was cool, he was charming, he was collected. But most importantly, I was jealous of the fact that he could strike up a conversation with anyone just like that. But because of my jealousy, I was blinded to the fact of the things he did right. 10 years later, I'm sitting here making a video of my observation of what he did 10 years ago that was right. Yeah, I know it's a long time, but as the saying goes, better than late than never. So the first thing he did right was his decisiveness. Now for me, whenever I wanted to approach someone, I would run it through my head. How it would go something like this. Should I approach the person? Shouldn't I approach the person? Maybe the person will think I'm boring. Maybe the person will think I don't know what to say. For him, he looked at someone. He found that someone interesting and he just decided then and there that he wanted to talk to the person. I think that decisiveness gave him confidence to make or to strike up a conversation with anyone. Now the second thing that made him stand out was the fact that he brought something new to every conversation. Every time I sat with him, I felt that I learned something new. Have you ever sat with a friend and after that sitting with that friend for an hour or two, you felt that you wasted your 1 to 2 hours with that friend? With Sam, not the case. And I think because he knew that he always brought something controversial, something different, something new to every conversation he had, he was more confident in approaching strangers. And third was his body language. He oozed confidence. Every time he spoke with authority. Every time he stood firm, he stood straight. Every time he sat, he looked relaxed, yet very confident. So I think indirectly, people were put at ease because of the way he handled himself through his body. And finally, the fourth, and I think the most important and the biggest weapon Sam had was his wit and humor. He always had clever comebacks and he always had silly jokes. Now I had silly jokes, but for some reason, when I told them, nobody laughed. But when he told silly jokes, people laughed. You know why? Because he had the charisma to back it up. And because he was witty and funny, people more put at ease, people more inclined to follow what he wanted them to do. And I think that is the 4 traits that Sam had that made him confident, made him or enabled him to strike up a conversation with anyone he wanted. And because of these 4 traits, he got all the ladies. He was so popular and he stood out among all of us guys. Now for you, Sam, I'm catching up. See you soon. That's all for me. Thank you.